Yes, hello everyone. Yes, somebody please ping me if I'm audible so that I can start the session. Yes, good evening, Kiruba. Hi, Tony. Yes, guys, somebody please ping me if I'm audible so that I can start the session. Yes, hello, good evening, Anshu. Good evening, Rituparna. Good evening, Yogesh. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform. Let's crack UPSC CSE English. Before I start with one of the most important and dynamic topic today, that is Khilji Dynasty, let me introduce myself for the people who are new on the platform. My name is Alok Ojha. I have done my engineering from Pune. I have been associated with the field of UPSC since past 7 years. I have been through various stages of civil services exam. I also hold the experience of giving CDS SSB twice. I also hold the experience of exams like CAPF Assistant Commandant and Uttar Pradesh PSC. I'm involved into the field of teaching since past 5 years and I've mentored more than 10,000 aspirants for civil services. Now, there might be a question in the mind of an aspirant why one should prefer an academy as a platform for online learning. So here are the ample of reasons why one should prefer an academy as a platform for online learning. First of all, you'll have daily life classes on the Unacademy platform. Unacademy offers you assimilation of top and dynamic educators of India on a single platform. You can directly interact with the educators. You can clear all sorts of doubts with the educators. Second most important aspect is Unacademy helps to build up your competence by going through live tests and quizzes. And why competence or competitiveness is important? Because in UPSC every year approximately around 8 to 9 lakh forms are being filled up. And finally 800 to 1000 odd students make into the final list. So if we filter it down, one aspirant is competing with approximately around 800 to 900 other aspirants. And in that case, he needs to build up that sort of competence or competitiveness. Then, all the courses on an academy platform are highly structured in nature, and there is a proper timetable through which the courses are being conducted. And one can have unlimited access to the courses on an academy platform. Here are the few top and dynamic educators of India from whom you are going to learn through. These are the courses being offered on the Unacademy platform. Please subscribe to Unacademy and use my code AKOUS. I repeat the code AKOUS. Now there is also something called as iconic subscription. Now what is basically iconic subscription all about? Like during the initial days, the preparation goes completely in haphazard manner. Like a beginner or a fresher, he does not understand basically what should be read for the current affairs, how much time should be dedicated to a particular GS subject, how various GS subjects should be correlated, how an optional subject needs to be chosen up. So there would be a proper mentor who would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. So if you choose me as your mentor, please use my code AKOUS. I repeat the code AKOUS. Yes, good evening, Abhijit. Good evening, Barik. Hi, music. Good evening, Urmila. Good evening, Ashok. Good evening, Seema. Good evening, Monisa. Good evening, Sai. Good evening, Shashank. Good evening, Shipra. Yes, guys. Now, today we are going to start with a very dynamic topic today. That is Khilji Dynasty. But before that, I will give you a brief background of the previous session just for 2 to 3 minutes so that students who are new on the platform or who are attending my session for the first time, they can easily understand the concepts in a very systematic fashion. Time and again, right from the very first lecture of medieval India, from the very first session of medieval India, I have repeated one thing. And that one thing is please pay proper attention to the terminologies. because there have been a lot of focus on the terminologies in UPSC prelims exam. Are you getting the points? Till now, we have seen slave dynasty, and approximately around we have seen 10 to 15 terminologies, and majorly more than that. So my major point to say you is, please focus on the terminologies. Okay, guys? Yes, good evening, Satya. Good evening, Jenny. Good evening, Matthew. Now, it is said that Muhammad bin Qasim was the first Muslim invader of India. His purpose was not to establish a permanent settlement in India, but to plunder India. And he was attracted by wealth of India. The second Muslim invader of India was Mahmud of Ghazni. And Mahmud of Ghazni conducted approximately around 17 raids in India. And the most important raid that was conducted by Mahmud of Ghazni in India was at Somnath temple. He plundered the temple of Somnath in Gujarat and acquired a vast amount of booty from there. It is said that the temple was again being reconstructed by a Solanki dynasty ruler whose name was Bhim I. After Mahmud of Ghazni came into India was Muhammad Ghori. Unlike what we say, Mahmud of Ghazni and Muhammad bin Qasim, the intention of Muhammad Ghori was to plunder India but also to establish permanent settlement in India. Like when Muhammad Ghori came in India, he carried on a lot of expeditions in the northern part of India. And one of the what we say battles that completely changed the fate of Muhammad Ghori was Battle of Tarain. And Battle of Tarain was being fought between Muhammad Ghori and Prithviraj Chauhanji. In first Battle of Tarain, it is said that Muhammad Ghori lost the battle. In second Battle of Tarain, Muhammad Ghori became victorious. He won the battle. And when he was going back to his country, that is in Ghazni, he left the administration of India in the hands of his two loyal slaves. One was Bhaktiar Khilji and the other was Kutubuddin Aibak. Few years later, Kutubuddin Aibak declared himself as independent and established one of the important dynasties in India, which is referred as Slave Dynasty. Slave Dynasty is also referred as Mamluk Dynasty. Okay. Now, previously we have also discussed about what were the major reasons for the success of the early Muslim invaders. Okay, guys. So first was Muhammad bin Qasim. He was followed by Mahmud of Ghazni. He was later on followed by, okay, it was later on being followed by Muhammad Ghori. Now came slave dynasty in India, and we have discussed slave dynasty in quite depth and detail. Slave dynasty is full of terminologies and it is very, very important from perspective of exam. Okay. The first ruler of slave dynasty was Kutubuddin Aibak. We are going to discuss important rulers again within short. Kutubuddin Aibak, it is said that he was referred as Lakh Baksh because he was also involved in all sorts of charitable activities. That is why he is referred as Lakh Baksh. He initiated the construction of, it is said that he initiated the construction of Qutub Minar, which was later on being completed by Iltutmish. Then Kuwat ul Islam Mosque. Please pay attention because there have been questions in the exam. These are the construction being undertaken by which ruler? Okay. So Kuwat ul Islam Mosque was being constructed by Kutubuddin Aibak. He also constructed Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. Now there is a story behind Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. Please listen to it. It is said that when Muhammad Ghori was involved in all sorts of battles in northern part of India, he was going in the region of Rajasthan. And in the region of Rajasthan, he observed that there were many Hindu temples. Now he asked one of his slaves, Kutubuddin Aibak, to construct a mosque so that he can, what we say, offer a prayer in the mosque. Now, a mosque was constructed, that is Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. Now, why it is referred as Adhai Din Ka Jhopda? Because it is said that Muhammad Ghori asked his slave Kutubuddin Aibak to construct the entire mosque within 2.5 days. Okay, and this theory has also been supported by one of the historian, John Marshall. There is another historian, or there are various historians who says that 2.5 days, it is referred as Adhai Din Ka Jhopda because beside the mosque, every year a fair was conducted. And that fair was being conducted for 2.5 days. That is why this mosque came to be referred as the Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. Got the points clear? So Kutubuddin Aibak initiated, he constructed Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. It is said that Kutubuddin Aibak died while playing Chaugan. Another major ruler of slave dynasty was Iltutmish. Like before Iltutmish, there was Aram Shah, but we are going to discuss major rulers. He was followed by Iltutmish. Now Iltutmish he said as the real consolidator of Muslim power in India, because in a very diplomatic manner he suppressed all his rebels. Iltutmish is majorly known for two major activities. Please listen to these activities. They have been asked in the exam. First thing he is known for is Ikta system. Now what is Ikta system? Now for example, if some noble is a part of the court of Iltutmish, he won't be paid the salary in cash. He would be given a jagir. Whatever money or whatever taxes has been accrued from the jagir, okay, he will keep that taxes, okay, he will keep his salary, and the extra amount of money would be returned back to the central administration. So this system, which was initiated by Iltutmish, is referred as Ikta system. Ikta system was not hereditary, it was transferable. Please note down this point. Ikta system was not hereditary. Second major system that he initiated, Iltutmish, was Turkan-e-Chahalgani. Now what is Turkan-e-Chahalgani? Chahalgani basically means power of 40. He appointed 40 powerful nobles who are going to assist him in performance of his duties. But in the coming days, or in the coming, what we say, years, we have seen that these 40 powerful nobles have played a very dynamic and exemplary role in choosing the next sultan. In fact, these 40 nobles were much more powerful than the sultan itself. Okay, so these are the major two systems associated with Iltutmish. The most important ruler after Iltutmish was Razia Sultana. Now, Razia Sultana was the only female ruler of the entire medieval India. She, like it is said that she never wore a female attire in the court. She never followed the system of parda in the court. She always kept her face unveiled in the court. And she believed that any position held by any noble should be completely based on the merit and not on the basis of nepotism. So it is said that she started introducing non-Turks in the court as well. This completely alienated the Turks who were prevalent in the court. And the Turkish nobles felt that although being a lady, although being a woman, Razia Sultana is not going to become a puppet in their hands. And she ruled with a very strict hand. Now it is said that Razia Sultana was murdered in bewilderment. In very simple words, there was a conspiracy behind her murder. And she was murdered by her brother, whose name was Bairam Shah. Now another most important ruler was Balban. We are discussing the important rulers, guys. The another most important ruler was Balban. Balban is also known as Ulugu Khan. And Balban was, like it is said that Balban had seen the reign of 5 to 6 sultan, and he had a lot of experience about the administration. It is said that basically Balban knew that these powerful 40 nobles are playing a very dynamic role in choosing the sultan. In fact, these 40 powerful nobles are nothing but the king makers. So he decided to abolish this system. So in very simple words, please remember this. This have been asked in the exam. The Chahalgani system, which was being initiated by Iltutmish, was being abolished by Balban. Balban introduced one more festival which is called as Navroz festival. It is a Persian festival. Now it is said that he introduced sajda and paibos. Sajda means bowing in front of the sultan in respect, and paibos means kissing sultan's feet. Then basically it is said that after sajda and paibos, he assumed the title Zile Illahi. I repeat, Balban assumed the title Zile Illahi. This simply means that the sultan is God's shadow on the earth. And whatever sultan is saying, it simply means that these are the words of God. This was said by Balban. So he assumed the title of Zile Illahi. Okay? Now, he created a new military department which was referred as Diwane Arz Department. I repeat, he created a new department, military department, which was referred as Diwane Arz Department. So the points that needs to be remembered about Balban are: he started a military department, that is Diwane Arz. He introduced Sajda and Paibo system. He introduced a Persian festival which is referred as Navroz. Then he abolished basically Chahalgani system which was being initiated by Iltutmish. And the last ruler of slave dynasty was Kaikubad. And in that basically in the army of Kaikubad, there was a person whose name was Jalaluddin. And Jalaluddin killed his own sultan and declared himself as independent and established a new dynasty in India, which is referred as Khilji Dynasty. My friends, hope so the background till here is clear. Please let me know. Yes, guys. Yes, Saurabh, good evening. Yes, Bharati, good evening. Okay, now let's talk about Jalaluddin Khilji. How many of you seen the movie Padmavat? Yes, guys. Okay, now let us discuss about Jalaluddin Khilji. Very wonderful stories are being associated with Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay, now it is said that, see, success is important in life. Okay, but there is a proper time for success. Isn't that so? If a person has taken efforts at the right time, he will surely get the success at the right time. Similarly was the case with Jalaluddin Khilji. He was aspiring to become the Sultan since years, but he became the Sultan at the age of 70 years and he ruled just for 6 years. Okay? Like it is said that he was also a part of the Balban's army and he was also a very experienced noble during the time of Balban, because it is said that at that time, apart from the slave dynasty, the other important dynasty which was quite successful and they were following the policy of imperialism were the Mongols. And Mongols were very powerful and they had a very strong hold in Central Asia. Now, Mongols were trying to conquer India. They were trying to invade India because they were following a policy of imperialism. Now, basically, it is said that Jalaluddin Khilji helped Balban against the Mongol expedition. So Jalaluddin Khilji was a very experienced person. Second most important aspect, we have seen many rulers of the slave dynasty and we have seen one major aspect. The slave dynasty rulers did not admit non-Turks in the administration. Their administration was majorly confined to the Turkish nobles. But Jalaluddin Khilji believed that, similar like the Razia Sultana, Jalaluddin Khilji believed that any position, any post that is held by a noble should be completely based upon the merit. It should not be on the basis of nepotism. And he said that although Jalaluddin Khilji, he was a follower of Islam, he also included Hindus in the administration. Like it is said that he had a very benevolent attitude towards Hindu. Like basically it is said that the previous rulers, They did not had a benevolent attitude towards Hindu. But basically, it is said that Jalaluddin Khilji had a benevolent attitude towards Hindu. And why? He cited a reason for that. And this reason have been cited in a book called as V.D. Bhatnagar, which says that, in very simple words, he said that India is a Hindu country. And basically, it is a duty of the government to frame the policies on behalf of governed. So the majority of the population in India was Hindus. So we have to make policies which are Hindu centric, and we have to be liberal and tolerant in our thoughts. So Jalaluddin Khilji had a very benevolent attitude. In very simple words, he followed the policy of religious tolerance. There can be a probable question in the exam: which among the following Delhi Sultanate rulers followed the policy of religious tolerance? So it was Jalaluddin Khilji. Like it is said that he was such a personality, if anyone committed even a very serious mistake against the Sultan, he never ever gave any sort of harsh punishment. Like it is said that there were many local governors who revolted against the Sultan. Okay, but still, he was such a benevolent personality that he pardoned them. And there was a diplomatic reason behind pardoning them. For example, if he is pardoning that what we say governor who was rebelling against him, what will he do? He will again restore the position of that governor. Now, governor will completely remain loyal to the Sultan. Why? Because the life of the governor was being spared by the Sultan. Getting the points clear? So he never ever gave harsh punishment to the what we say if anybody committed even serious crime. But many a times what happened? Sometimes a quality is being considered as a weakness by someone. And this quality of religious tolerance, this quality of pardoning the people was misunderstood by many nobles. They felt that the ruler was weak. They felt that Jalaluddin Khilji, he cannot carry out the administration in a proper manner. He was heavily dependent upon his governor. He was heavily dependent upon his nobles to carry out the administration. That is why he is following the policy of pardoning his nobles. So his quality was being misunderstood as his weakness. But this was not the case. Many a times he took stern action against the people who revolted against him. I'll give you a very small example. Now, basically it is said that there was one courtier. Okay, listen to me. There was one courtier whose name was Siddhi Maula. And Siddhi Maula was a part, he was a court, he was a member of the court of Jalaluddin Khilji. Now there was a Sufi saint whose name was Sheikh Faruddin. Getting the points clear? Sheikh Faruddin, he was a Sufi saint. Now Siddhi Maula used to visit the Khanka of the Sufi saint. Now what is Khanka? Khanka is nothing but place of residence of a Sufi saint. We are going to study this when we are going to study the Sufism aspect. Okay. So what happened? He used to visit the what we say Khanka of the Sufi saint. Secondly, he sponsored what we say construction of the Khanka. Secondly, he used to give liberal donation to the Sufi saint. He used to feed all sorts of what we say poor people. And what we say this person Jalaluddin Khilji had a very close watch on the activities of Siddhi Maula. Now it is said that with the help of this Sufi saint, with the help of the various amirs, there was a plan to kill the Sultan. And Siddhi Maula was involved in this plan. And basically, Jalaluddin Khilji came to know about this. And Jalaluddin Khilji called Siddhi Maula in the court. He asked for the explanation. Okay, he asked for the explanation. What is the reason behind that you are visiting the Khanka continuously? What is the sort of a plan? Like, are you planning to kill me? So basically, it is said that there was a heated debate. Initially, Jalaluddin Khilji had decided to pardon him because, as I have told you, Jalaluddin Khilji followed a very liberal policy of pardoning his nobles. But now what happened? There was a very heated debate between Jalaluddin Khilji and Siddhi Maula. And Jalaluddin Khilji became so angry that it is said that he was killed. This person, Siddhi Maula, was killed under the feet of an elephant. This gave a very clear-cut message to the other nobles. And this clear-cut message was, if anybody is going to rebel against the Sultan, they would meet the same fate. And the quality of Sultan should not be misunderstood as the weakness of Sultan. So this message, the murder of this person, what we say, this gave a very simple message to him. I'll give you another important incident which I was reading. If you remember Balban, in Balban I have told you one important aspect, that Balban completely abolished the system of Turkane Chahalgani. That is the system of Chahalgani, that is 40 powerful noble. Because he believed that these nobles are much more powerful than Sultan and they dictate terms and condition to the Sultan. That is why he completely abolished the system of Chahalgani. And right from the reign of Iltutmish or his family, all the members were being executed by Balban. But Jalaluddin Khilji did not follow this policy. Now, there was a nephew of Balban. I'll give you a very small example. There was a nephew of Balban. Okay. Now, his name was Malik Chhajju. I repeat, his name was Malik Chhajju. He was also a part of the administration of Jalaluddin Khilji. He was also made a governor of a particular region. This simply exemplifies what? He followed a liberal policy in the administration as well. But Malik Chhajju revolted against him and he was again, like it is said that Malik Chhajju was removed from that post. Okay, now it is said that the son-in-law of Jalaluddin Khilji was Alauddin Khilji. And he was the most dynamic and the most important ruler not only of the Khilji dynasty but of the entire Delhi Sultanate. Alauddin Khilji, like it is said that he was a very ambitious personality. He carried a lot of expeditions. Okay, he carried a lot of expeditions in the northern part of India, southern part of India, eastern part of India, and western part of India. Now it is said that at that time, Devgiri was very powerful. And it is said that Devgiri had a lot of gold. Okay. Now, there were many, what we say, nobles. There were many governors who were being dispatched by Jalaluddin Khilji to capture the region of Devgiri. But each and every ruler was unsuccessful in capturing the region of Devgiri. Now, son-in-law of Jalaluddin Khilji was Alauddin Khilji, whose original name is Ali Gurshab. Now, without informing Jalaluddin Khilji, Alauddin Khilji led an expedition to Devgiri. And it is said that he looted vast amount of gold. He looted vast amount of booty from the region of Devgiri. And he came back to the region of Kara. Kara is located in Kaushambi, which is located near Allahabad. Okay, and he was the governor of Kara. So he led an expedition to Devgiri, and this was the first Turkish expedition in the southern part of India. There can be a probable question in the exam. Who led the first Turkish expedition to the southern part of India? So it was Khilji dynasty ruler Alauddin Khilji who led the first Turkish expedition to southern part of India. But it was led during the tenure of whom? During the reign of Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay. Now, one of the important courtier, one of the important historians in the court of Jalaluddin Khilji was Amir Khusro. And Amir Khusro has wrote about the life story, has wrote about the life of Jalaluddin Khilji in a book called as Miftah ul Futuh. I repeat, Miftah ul Futuh, to commemorate his victories. Now, let us understand about a conspiracy involved behind the murder of Jalaluddin Khilji. Now listen to me very carefully. There is a very interesting story involved behind this. Now it is said that initially Jalaluddin Khilji had sent many nobles, he had sent many governors to capture the region of Devgiri. But each and every governor, each and every noble was highly unsuccessful in capturing the region of Devgiri. Now, governor of Kara. I've told you Kara is located in present day Kaushambi, which is near Allahabad. So, governor of Kara was Alauddin Khilji, whose original name is Ali Gurshab. He was also son-in-law of Jalaluddin Khalji. Now, without informing Jalaluddin Khalji, he went to the region of what we say Devgiri. He completely looted the region of Devgiri. He took a lot of gold from there. And rather than coming and reporting to Jalaluddin Khalji, he directly went to Kara. Okay. Now, by this incident, Jalaluddin Khalji was very infuriated. He was very angry. Why he was angry? There were two major reasons for his anger. First thing, although it was difficult to capture the region of Devgiri, you led an expedition against Devgiri. You should have taken the permission from Jalaluddin Khalji. But basically, Jalaluddin Khalji was a sultan and you are a governor. Although you are basically son-in-law of the sultan, but still it is your responsibility to take the permission from sultan first. So he was angry. This was one of the reasons. And second thing, although you have carried out an expedition and rather than reporting in Delhi, rather than reporting to the Sultan, you have directly went to Kara. So Jalaluddin Khilji was very infuriated. And the other nobles, the other governors were quite jealous of Alauddin Khilji. Now they have filled the ears of Jalaluddin Khilji that basically Alauddin Khilji was a very ambitious. He was over ambitious and now he was aspiring to become the next sultan by dethroning Jalaluddin Khalji. So the other governors, the other nobles were filling the ears of Jalaluddin Khalji. Now what happened basically? Jalaluddin gave a very simple reply. He is my son-in-law, but he is more than son-in-law for me. He is like a son to me. He has committed a mistake, it's okay. Now Eid was nearing by. And Jalaluddin Khilji decided that he will personally go to Kara, okay, and bring back the gold that was looted from the region of Devgiri. Now, what happened basically? He, along with his few army men, approximately around 1,000 soldiers, he moved to the region of Ganges. He moved till the western bank of Ganges river. Now, he expected that Alauddin Khilji will come here to receive him. He was angry again now because Alauddin Khilji did not come. In fact, Alauddin Khilji had sent his brother, whose name was Ulugh Khan, to receive Jalaluddin. And what did Jalaluddin said? Sorry, what did Ulugh Khan said? As the Sultan is coming to Kara, okay, Alauddin Khilji is involved in what we say welcoming ceremony of Sultan. But this was not the case. And second reason he cited was since he did not took the permission of the Sultan. Okay, since he did not took the permission of the Sultan, maybe Jalaluddin would be angry on him and kill him. That is why he did not come. So and one more thing he said that you are going to meet your son-in-law. Why there is need to carry out 1,000 soldiers? If he will see the army of 1,000 soldiers, he will flee away because he will believe that Jalaluddin Khilji is coming to punish him. Okay. So such a plot was created by Ulugh Khan and maximum number of soldiers went back. And there were few unarmed soldiers who came to Kara. Okay. Now, Jalaluddin Khilji came to Kara and he met Alauddin Khilji. And as I have told you, there was one system which was followed by Islamic rulers, and that system was Sajda system. Sajda system basically means bowing in front of the king in respect. And second system was Paibos, kissing the Sultan's feet. Now when Alauddin Khilji was bowing in Sajda, immediately Jalaluddin Khilji picked him up and hugged him. Okay. And when basically Alauddin Khilji hugged Jalaluddin Khilji, he gave a signal to one of his minister. He gave a signal to one of his noble whose name was Muhammad Salim. And Muhammad Salim gave two sword blow on the back of Jalaluddin Khilji. Immediately Jalaluddin Khilji was running at the doorway and Alauddin Khilji took out his sword and cut the head of Jalaluddin Khilji. In fact, after cutting the head, that head was put in a spear and the head was paraded in the entire Kara, Manikpur and Awadh. This simply exemplifies one thing. Alauddin Khilji said that if anybody revolted against him, even it be a close associate, even it be a close relative of him, he would meet the same fate. So, in a very treacherous manner, Alauddin Khilji killed his father-in-law and became the next and the most important ruler of Khilji Dynasty. And Jalaluddin Khilji was being succeeded by Alauddin Khilji. Are the points clear? Please let me know, my friends. Was the story interesting? Yes, guys. Yes, Kajal, good evening. Yes, guys, was the story interesting? Did you understand the story? Okay. Now let us discuss about one of the most important ruler, Alauddin Khilji. Okay? Alauddin Khilji was one of the most important and the dynamic rulers of the Khilji dynasty. So let us go in a very step-by-step manner so that we can understand the policies, the administration, the land revenue settlements, the expedition process carried on by Alauddin Khilji. Okay? Now, it is said that, as I have told you previously, Alauddin Khilji was son-in-law as well as nephew of Jalaluddin Khilji. And it is said that Jalaluddin Khilji had a very blind trust on Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji was also governor of Kara. Kara is located near Kaushambi in present-day region of Allahabad. Okay. Now it is said that basically along with the governor of Kara, he led his first expedition, okay, to a place called as Bhilsa. Bhilsa is nothing but Vidisha, which is in Madhya Pradesh. So Alauddin Khilji led his first expedition in Vidisha and he led his first South Indian expedition in the region of Devgiri. Okay, so Alauddin Khilji was appointed as Arz-e-Mumalik. Please remember this terminology. And how will you remember this terminology? Diwane-Arz is a department which is related to military department. Okay, Diwane-Arz. And Arz-e-Mumalik is the head of military department. Getting the points clear? So, basically it is said that Alauddin Khilji was appointed as head of the military department during the reign of Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay? Now, I have told you, he was appointed as governor of Vidisha. Later on, he was appointed as governor of Kara. Then he led his South Indian expedition, and his expedition was led for the first time at Devgiri. He was made as head of military department, that is Arz-e-Mumalik. He was a very ruthless ruler. He was over ambitious and he followed a policy of imperialism. And we have seen how he was involved in a conspiracy in killing his own father-in-law Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay, now the policy of Jalaluddin Khilji was completely reversed by Alauddin Khilji. I've told you previously, Jalaluddin Khilji followed a very liberal policy. He followed a very liberal attitude towards each and every section of the Indian society. He was a very benevolent ruler. But this person, Alauddin Khilji, completely reversed the policy of Jalaluddin Khilji. And he adopted the same policy that was being adopted by Balban. Okay? Now, it is said that he adopted the same policy which was adopted by Balban. As I have told you previously, Balban believed one thing, that the 40 powerful nobles are dictating terms and conditions to whom? Sultan. And they are playing a very major role in appointing the new Sultan. Getting the points clear? In very simple words, these 40 powerful nobles are much more powerful than the Sultan. Getting the points? So one of the important things that Alauddin Khilji believed that the power should lie in the hands of Sultan and not in the hands of nobles. And now he was quite convinced by one thing, and he was convinced that there are few reasons why nobles are becoming powerful. First thing, general prosperity of nobles. I'll give you a very simple example. For example, if a particular region, if a particular jagir is given to a noble, okay, now what happens basically? He will accrue the taxes from that jagir, he will keep his salary, and the rest would be sent to the central administration. But majorly here, the nobles were involved in corrupt practices. Like, apart from the salary, they also kept huge amount of money with them. So this made the nobles quite prosperous. Second important thing, there was intermarriage between the noble families. Okay, I'll give you a very small example. Suppose there is a noble of one region and there is a noble of other region. Now there is intermarriage between the nobles of the two regions. What will happen then? There would be a nepotism practice that would be followed in this two region. So basically, this will make the nobles more powerful. Secondly, the spy system was completely weak, and the spies basically did not inform about the activities of these nobles to the Sultan. As we have seen earlier as well, spies are nothing but eyes and ears of the king or the Sultan, and they keep the Sultan completely updated about the activities of the what we say Riyam. Getting the points clear? Now basically it is said that inefficient spy system also made the nobles quite powerful, because there was nobody to inform the king about the activities of the nobles, about the correct practices that was being practiced by the nobles. And finally, drinking liquor. Drinking liquor for all the nobles, for all the soldiers, and for all the ministers was completely forbidden. Okay, and it was not for the Sultan. Okay, Sultan could drink liquor, but it was completely forbidden for whom? The ministers. Why? Because it should be that, like, basically no particular minister should be in a non-serious mood in the court. And now, to control all these activities, he passed four important ordinances. And what ordinances does Alauddin Khilji passed? First, all the properties of the nobles should be confiscated. Like, for example, if nobles became much more powerful, what will happen? If he has a lot of money, he will purchase new property. He will keep on increasing his what we say assets, and in that case, it will make him more powerful in comparison to the Sultan. And Sultan did not wanted the nobles to be more powerful than him. That is why all the property of the nobles were being confiscated. And second most important aspect, if any person was given a particular ministerial post, please pay attention. If any person was given a particular ministerial post, before that, all the property analysis or all the monetary analysis was being done by the Sultan himself, so that that noble will not get involved in any sort of corrupt practices. Second ordinance that he passed was complete reorganization of intelligence system. There should be a proper spy system. There should be a proper intelligence system. I'll give you a very small example. Okay. Now, during the reign of Alauddin Khilji, there were four separate markets. Like why there were four separate markets? Let us understand this. Now we have various markets. Like in the city, we have seen a particular area is dedicated to market of gold. A particular area is dedicated to market of clothes. A particular area is dedicated to vegetable market. A particular area is dedicated to groceries market. Similar thing was being followed by Alauddin Khilji. And why did he follow this practice? He followed this practice because so that proper tax could be levied. For example, how will the tax be levied? Until and unless we gather information that from where we are accruing huge amount of money, we will levy more tax in that place. That is why he separated various market. And now to control the entire market system, he appointed one officer. Okay. Now this officer can get involved in all sorts of corrupt practices, and to keep a close watch basically on the activities of officer. Basically, what we say spy system was organized. The spies were referred as Munihan or Barid. We are going to see that. Okay. Secondly, it is said that the prices of commodities were fixed and nobody can raise the prices arbitrarily. For example, if I'm a merchant and I'm selling cloth, the prices would be fixed by the government and I cannot sell the cloth at a random price. Getting the points clear? Now, basically it is said that Alauddin Khilji will send any slave. Randomly he will send any slave to the market and confirm the price of the commodity. And if that merchant is selling the commodity at a higher price fixed by the government, a stern action would be taken against that merchant. So basically, intelligence system was reorganized and all the spies directly reported to the Sultan. Okay, liquor and intoxicants were completely prohibited. Getting the points clear? Completely prohibited, because he believed that nobody in the court should be in a non-serious mood. To carry on the smooth functioning of the administration, everybody needs to be well organized. That is why he completely banned liquor and all sorts of intoxicants. And secondly, there won't be any sort of social gatherings being conducted by any noble without the permission of Sultan. Getting the points clear? Now, at the time of Alauddin, 6 expeditions were being sent against the Mongol army. Did you get the points till here? Please let me know. Yes, guys. Yes. Hello, Sikandar. Yes, guys. Did you get the points till here? Yes, please let me know. Okay. Now let us understand the various military expedition that was being carried out by Alauddin Khilji. Now let us talk about Rajputana first. Okay. The most powerful at that time among the Rajputana was Ranthambore. Now Alauddin Khilji, now he decided to break the power and the morale of Rajputs by capturing the region of Ranthambore. As I have told you, basically Ranthambore was one of the most powerful Rajput kingdom. And if the most powerful Rajput kingdom is being annexed, automatically all the other Rajput rulers will surrender. So what happened basically, Alauddin Khilji planned an expedition initially to capture the region of Ranthambore. Now basically there was one reason for capturing the region of Ranthambore. What reason was there? I have previously told you, Alauddin Khilji was continuously involved in war against the Mongols, because Mongols were also following the policy of imperialism, and now they wanted to capture the region of India, and continuously there was a strife between Mongols and Alauddin Khilji. Now two Mongol soldiers were given asylum by Hamir Dev, who was ruler of Ranthambore. Okay, two Mongol soldiers were given asylum by Hamir Dev, who was ruler of Ranthambore. Now Alauddin Khilji asked Hamir Dev to hand over these Mongol soldiers to Alauddin, but Hamir Dev denied this. Now basically Alauddin Khilji led an expedition against Hamir Dev. For the first time, he personally did not lead an expedition. He sent one of his loyal governors whose name was Nusrat Khan. But Nusrat Khan faced reverses, and in fact, it is said that Nusrat Khan died in a battle against Hamir Dev. Finally, Alauddin Khilji had to come on the battlefield, and Alauddin Khilji defeated the kingdom of Ranthambore. It is said that women of Ranthambore committed Johar. Now, what is Johar? Johar nothing means self-immolation. Getting the points clear? In the ancient India, we have seen the system of sati. Sati was a forced immolation. The women were forced to sit on the funeral pyre of their husband. That is sati. But Johar is voluntary in nature. It is what we say self-immolation. Getting the points clear? When Hamir Dev was defeated by what we say Alauddin Khilji, and there was capture of Ranthambore by him, all the women in this region, what we say, committed Johar. Another important, what we say, kingdom that was brought under the what we say Khilji Dynasty was the Rajput kingdom of Chittor. Now, the region of Chittor was being ruled by one of the major rulers whose name was Raja Ratan Singh. And basically it is said that Alauddin Khilji did not had any sort of animosity against Raja Ratan Singh. Now what happened basically, Raja Ratan Singh, okay, Raja Ratan Singh had a minister, he had a priest, Purohit or a minister whose name was Chandan Das. And there were differences between Raja Ratan Singh and Chandan Das. Now, Chandan Das was removed from the administration by Raja Ratan Singh. Now, Chandan Das went to Alauddin Khilji and he wanted to take the revenge from Raja Ratan Singh because he felt it as a sort of humiliation for him. Now, Chandan Das went to Alauddin Khilji and informed about Rani Padmini, informed about the beauty of Rani Padmini to Alauddin Khilji. And he basically said that this person, Alauddin Khilji, conquered Chittor just to acquire Rani Padmini. He did not had any sort of intention to conquer the region of Chittor. Now it is said that a battle was being fought here and Rani Padmini and thousands of women in the region of Chittor committed Johar. That is self-immolation. Getting the points clear? And this entire incident has been mentioned in a book called as Padmavat. And this book Padmavat has been written by a historian, Malik Muhammad Jayasi. I repeat, the book Padmavat has been written by a historian whose name is Malik Muhammad Jayasi. And there was another historian whose name was Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro has written in his book that when Rani Padmini was committing Johar, Alauddin Khilji was so angry that even though the people of Chittor were ready to surrender, okay, this person, Alauddin Khilji, massacred the population of Chittor. Okay, he killed like many people in the region of Chittor, and the region of Chittor was renamed as Khizrabad. Why it was called as Khizrabad? Because after demolishing the region of Chittor, the new governor of Chittor was Khizr Khan. And Khizr Khan was son of Alauddin Khilji. That is why the region of Chittor was now called as Khizrabad. Okay. So basically it is said that the first expedition that was led by Alauddin Khilji in under Rajputana was against Ranthambore. Second expedition that he led was basically against Chittor. And the entire incident has been mentioned in a book. That book is called as Padmavat, which is written by Malik Muhammad Jayasi. Okay. Now let us understand another important aspect. There was another Rajput kingdom whose name was Jalore. Now what happened about Jalore? Now there was one ruler of Jalore whose name was Raja Kanardev. Now Raja Kanardev, it is said that initially he, what we say, offered a strife. Initially he offered resistance against Alauddin Khilji, but he was not successful. And finally he accepted the suzerainty of Alauddin Khilji. Okay. Now it is said that although he accepted the suzerainty of Alauddin Khilji, he continuously boasted to other nobles that he is not afraid of Alauddin Khilji. Okay. And anytime he can see Alauddin Khilji on the battlefield. Now Alauddin Khilji came to know about this. And Alauddin Khilji dispatched a lady servant to suppress the ruler of Jalor, Kanayardev. And the lady servant was named as Gul-e-Bihisht. I repeat, her name was Gul-e-Bihisht. Okay. Now Gul-e-Bihisht was basically very close to winning the battle, but somebody killed her. And the son of Gul-e-Bihisht was also killed in the battle. Okay. Finally, fresh troops were sent basically to Jalore, and Raja Kanardev was also killed here. So this policy was adopted against Rajputana by Alauddin Khilji. So the first kingdom that was being acquired was Ranthambore. It was followed by Chittor. It was followed by Jalore. Got the points clear? Yes, guys. Did you get the points till here? Please let me know any query, any question, any sort of doubt. Yes, perfect, Shubham. Yes, Ram Kumar, good evening. Yes, did you understand the Rajputana expedition? Yes, thanks a lot, Kenneth. Thanks a lot. Yes, Monisha, we are going to discuss these policies. Now, let us understand about the Gujarat expedition of Alauddin Khilji. Now, listen to me very carefully. Now, Gujarat was being ruled by a Waghela ruler. Okay, Waghela dynasty was ruling in the region of Gujarat, and the Waghela dynasty was ruled by Raja Rai Karan. Okay, now we have seen right from the very first, like Muhammad bin Qasim entered the region of Gujarat. Mahmud of Ghazni captured the region of Gujarat because he wanted to plunder the Somnath temple. Muhammad Ghori initially he captured the region of Multan and then he moved to the region of Gujarat. Although the expedition of Muhammad Ghori in the region of Gujarat was highly unsuccessful, but still he moved to the region of Gujarat. Isn't that so? Now, this person, Alauddin Khilji, also focused in the region of Gujarat. And there were two major reasons for capturing the region of Gujarat. First thing, he had heard about the immense wealth of the Somnath temple. And second thing, Gujarat is a coastal state. And there were many ports in the region of Gujarat. He can easily import Central Asian horses which could be inducted in his army. That is why he wanted to capture the region of Gujarat. And as I have told you, at that time, the ruler of Gujarat was Waghela king Rai Karan. Now, basically, it is said that there were two nobles who were sent, Ulugh Khan and Nusrat Khan. Please remember this. I have told you previously, Nusrat Khan was being killed in Battle of Ranthambore. Okay. So, before Battle of Ranthambore, Nusrat Khan led an expedition against Rai Karan. Okay. So, Alauddin Khilji dispatched two nobles, and one was Ulugh Khan and second was Nusrat Khan. Now it is said that immediately Rai Karan fled. He fled away along with his daughter Deval Devi. Now Kamla Bai was wife of Rai Karan. She was taken to Delhi and she was married to Alauddin Khilji. So this was the fate of Gujarat, and this is how Gujarat was being conquered by Alauddin Khilji. I'll repeat the points again. Alauddin Khilji led an expedition against Gujarat under two of his noted general. One was Ulugh Khan. Do you remember Ulugh Khan? Brother of Alauddin Khilji. And the other was Nusrat Khan. Okay. Now Rai Karan, he fled away from Gujarat along with his daughter Deval Devi. And Kamla Bai, okay, basically wife of Rai Karan, was taken to Delhi and she was married to Alauddin Khilji. So this was about Gujarat. Now basically Alauddin Khilji focused on the region of Malwa. Malwa is nothing but southern part of Madhya Pradesh. And now he wanted to carry out the what we say expedition in the region of Malwa. Now he dispatched another governor, another noted general whose name was Ain ul Mulk Multani to capture the region of Malwa. Okay, I repeat his name. Alauddin Khilji dispatched another noted general whose name was Ain ul Mulk Multani to capture the region of Malwa. Got the points clear? Now the rulers of Malwa offered a stiff resistance, but they were highly unsuccessful. And now 4 new places were acquired in the region of Malwa by Alauddin Khilji. That is Ujjain, Mandu, Dhar and Chanderi. All these places are located in Madhya Pradesh. Okay? Ujjain, Mandu, Dhar and Chanderi. And since the expedition was led by one of the governor whose name was Ainul Mulk, basically he was made the governor of Malwa. Got the points clear? Yes guys, did you get the points still here? So I'll repeat the points again so that you can easily understand this. Yes, Monisha, Ulugh Khan was also the name of Balban. Okay, and Ulugh Khan was also the name of Alauddin Khilji's brother. Okay, so I'll repeat the point. First, he led an expedition to the in the region of Rajputana. Then, initially captured Ranthambore, which was the strongest Rajputana kingdom, followed by Chittor, followed by Jalore. Then he concentrated in Gujarat. Then he focused his attention towards Malwa. And now he was moving towards South India. Let us understand his South Indian expedition. Now listen to me. This was his second South Indian expedition. Okay? How second South Indian expedition? I have told you during the reign of Jalaluddin Khalji, Devgiri was very powerful. And Jalaluddin Khalji had dispatched many nobles, he had dispatched many soldiers to capture the region of Devgiri and Daulatabad. But each and every noble, each and every governor, each and every general was highly unsuccessful in capturing the region of Devgiri. At that time, Alauddin Khilji led the first Turkish expedition to the southern part of India and he captured the region of Devgiri and looted vast amount and plundered vast amount of gold from this region. Now, at that time, the ruler of Devgiri had accepted one thing that every year I am going to send you a tribute. Getting the points clear? I will be associated with your administration and every year I am going to send you certain amount of money so that I can prevent my kingdom from the attack of Khilji rulers. This was accepted by the ruler of Devgiri. Now, the ruler of Devgiri, now basically as I've told you, had accepted this. At this time, ruler of Devgiri was Ramchandra Dev. Now, Ramchandra Dev had committed 2 major mistakes. Listen to me very carefully. At this point of time, the ruler of Devgiri or Daulatabad was Ramchandra Dev and he had committed 2 major mistakes. What major mistakes he had committed? First, for past 3 years, he had not paid any tribute to Alauddin Khilji. And second thing, just we have discussed a while back when Alauddin Khilji led an expedition to Gujarat. The ruler of Gujarat, Rai Karan, and his what we say daughter, Deval Devi, they had fled away. Isn't that so? So where did they flee away? They fled away to what we say Devgiri. And Ramchandra Dev had given them asylum. Getting the points clear? So the first mistake that Ramchandra Dev committed was he did not pay tribute to Alauddin Khilji for past 3 years. And secondly, he had given asylum to whom? What we say? Rai Karan. Now, there was a treaty Listen to me very, very carefully and patiently. There was a treaty between Rai Karan, the ruler of Gujarat, and Ramchandra Dev, that is ruler of Devgiri. And what was that treaty? Hold on for a second, guys. Now, there was a treaty between Rai Karan Dev, okay, and secondly between another person was whom? Rai Karan Dev, and second was Ramchandra Dev. Now they had a treaty that Rai Karan Dev's daughter, she also fled along with him. She would be married to the son of Ramchandra Dev, whose name was Shankar. And both of them are going to lead a common expedition against Alauddin Khilji. And Alauddin Khilji came to know about the entire plot. And now Alauddin Khilji dispatched one of his able governors. It is said that this governor was as strong, as powerful as Alauddin Khilji. His name was Malik Kafur. And Malik Kafur played a very exemplary role in his South Indian expedition. Okay, and Malik Kafur was dispatched to conquer the region of Devgiri. And Malik Kafur was also helped by governor of Gujarat, whose name was Alp Khan. Okay, now both of them led an expedition against Devgiri. Deval Devi, the daughter of Rai Karan, she was brought to Delhi and she was married to Khizr Khan, the son of Alauddin Khilji. If you remember, guys. So in this way, now basically it is said that Ramchandra Dev offered a resistance against this person, Malik Kafur, but he was not successful. Now, Alauddin Khilji was very smart. He did not kill Ramchandra Dev, and there was one reason behind not killing Ramchandra Dev. He played a very diplomatic move here. Now, Ramchandra Dev, he was ruling in the region of Daulatabad, and he was quite aware about the conditions of the southern part of India. Okay, and Alauddin Khilji wanted Ramchandra Dev to assist Malik Kafur in further expeditions in South India. Getting the points clear? That is why he did not kill Ramchandra Dev. Hope so the points are clear. That is why he did not kill Ramchandra Dev. First thing. Now, after this, he moved towards the region of Warangal in Telangana. Getting the points clear? And I have told you, Malik Kafur was responsible for carrying all the expeditions in southern part of India. And now Malik Kafur was assisted by Ramchandra Dev. Getting the points clear? So, against the ruler of Warangal, whose name was Pratap Rudra, getting the points clear? Expedition was conducted by Malik Kafur. Pratap Rudra Dev lost the battle, and in that case, he had to give 100 elephants, 7,000 horses, and large quantity of gold to Malik Kafur. Getting the points? Then another expedition that was led was against Veer Ballal III of Dwar Samudra, Karnataka. And again, after defeating Veer Ballal III, again basically lot of booty was looted from this region and sent to Delhi. And finally, the Pandyas were being defeated by Alauddin Malik Kafur. Now, how the Pandyas were defeated? Let us understand this. There was a war of succession between two Pandyan rulers. One was Sundar Pandya and other was Veer Pandya. In this, Sundar Pandya was defeated by Veer Pandya. And Veer Pandya had a control over the southern part of India. Now, Sundar Pandya went to Delhi and asked Alauddin Khilji for help against Veer Pandya. Now, Alauddin Khilji told Malik Kafur to capture the region of Tamil Nadu and defeat all the Pandyan rulers. It is said that basically this person, Malik Kafur, moved till the region of Rameshwaram, and in the memory of his master Alauddin Khilji, he constructed a mosque in that region. And he got approximately around 512 elephants, 7,000 horses, and 2075 pounds, 2750 pounds of gold from the Pandyan kingdom. So this were the major South Indian expedition which was being carried out by Malik Kafur. who was a loyal governor of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, I'll repeat the points again. Pay attention properly. Just pay attention, listen to me very keenly and patiently. Alauddin Khilji initially, what we say, he captured the region of Rajputana. Among Rajputana, first was Ranthambore. It was followed by Chittor. It was followed by Jalore. Then he focused on the region of Gujarat. Then he focused on the region of Malwa. Then he led a South Indian expedition under the command of his able governor, whose name was Malik Kafur. Okay. Now, initially Malik Kafur defeated the ruler of what we say Devgiri, whose name was Ramchandra Dev. Then he defeated the ruler of Warangal, whose name was Pratap Rudradev. Then he defeated Veer Ballal III, who was the ruler of Dwar Samudra, which is in Karnataka. And finally, he defeated the Pandyas. Okay. Now, Alauddin Khilji or Malik Kafur carried out what we say expeditions in the Deccan and southern part of India. Now, basically, what were the reasons that he was successful? First thing, there was no unity among the rulers in the region of South India. There was no unity among the rulers in the region of Deccan. And this was proved in a very simple manner. I'll give you a very small example. Ramchandra Dev, he was the ruler of Devgiri. Okay. Ramchandra Dev, he supported Malik Kafur in an expedition against the ruler of Warangal. What does this simply exemplify? This simply exemplify that these rulers of South India were not united. Okay. Similar mistake was committed by the South Indian rulers at this time. As we have seen previously, here the rulers in the southern part of India majorly focused upon elephant section, and Malik Kafur and Alauddin Khilji's army focused on cavalry. I'll give you a very small example. Alauddin Khilji's army had 4,75,000 cavalrymen. Okay, cavalrymen means those soldiers who are fighting on the horseback. Are you getting the points clear? It simply means that approximately he had 5 lakh horses. Now, why horses were majorly deployed in the wars? First thing, horses were deployed because horses are quite swift moving. I'll give you a very small example. Alauddin Khilji had such horses or various or different breed of horses in the army that they were so swift moving. For example, till the ruler of Warangal will come to know that Alauddin Khilji's forces are coming to attack him, there would be an attack and this region would be conquered. Such was a swift moving army, such was a swift moving cavalry of Alauddin Khilji. And this was the reason majorly for his success. Secondly, there was a proper strategy, there was a proper tactic, there was a proper disciplined approach in the army of Alauddin Khilji. I'll give you a very small example and we are going to study that further. Basically, he introduced two systems, Dag and Chehra system. Dag basically means branding of horses, and with each horse was associated a cavalryman. Okay, and basically there was a proper recruitment process into the army. This simply exemplifies one thing. This exemplifies that there was a proper procedure for recruitment into the army. So the approach of the Alauddin Khilji's army was quite disciplined and was in a very strategic manner. And this lacked in the armies of the South India. And there was an Italian merchant whose name was Marco Polo. He has mentioned that the people, the country go to the battle all armed with only a lance and a shield. Getting the points clear? So this is majorly about the expeditions that was led by Alauddin Khilji and Malik Kafur. Hope so the points are clear, my friends. Please let me know. Any query, any question, any sort of doubt. Yes, guys. Yes, Shubham. Devgiri is in Maharashtra. Yes, guys, did you understand this? The expeditions that was carried on by Alauddin Khilji? Yes, please let me know. Okay, okay, guys. Now let us discuss about the military administration of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, as I have told you previously, there was a proper recruitment process that was being followed in Alauddin Khilji's army, and it is said that he had 4,70,000 cavalrymen. See, the entire army or the entire defense system is based in such a beautiful manner that there was proper revenue system. Because until and unless the king himself has the revenue, how he is going to pay the soldiers in cash? So this simply exemplifies that there was a proper system of revenue. Okay, so this is majorly about the military administration. I have discussed previously about the market reforms that was being carried out by Alauddin Khilji. Now, first thing, Alauddin Khilji now basically to regulate the markets properly. Okay, to regulate the proper administration of the markets, it is said that the markets were divided into four parts. Getting the points clear? The markets were divided into four parts, and there was one of the major reasons for dividing the market. And what was the major reason for dividing the market? So that the proper tax could be levied. Okay, for example, if there is a market and there is a common market for slaves, common market for horses, common market for grocery, common market for fruits, common market for basically different things basically. So there cannot be proper tax that could be levied. So he divided the market into four parts. There was a separate market for grains, separate markets for cloth, sugar, dry fruits, butter, and oil, separate markets for slaves and cattle, and there was a separate market for miscellaneous commodity. And the reason behind that was so that proper tax could be levied. Secondly, there was one system called as see, the grains were stored by the government also, so that if there is any unlike situation, these grains could be utilized for the welfare of the army. The prices of the essential commodities were fixed and they cannot be increased arbitrarily. Why they cannot be increased arbitrarily? Because these commodities were also used to feed the army of Alauddin. That is why the prices of each and every commodity was fixed, and the entire market was being put up under a special officer who was referred as Shahana A Mandi. I repeat, a special officer was being appointed to look after the administration of the entire market, and that officer was referred as Shahana A Mandi. Okay, and he was assisted by various intelligence officers again. Got the points clear? Now, intelligence officers were referred as Barid and the spies were referred as Munihan. Please remember the terminologies. The intelligence officers were referred as Barid and the spies were referred as Munihan. Now, what was the role that was played by Barid and Munihan? I have discussed previously. These acted as eyes and ears of the Sultan. They completely kept the Sultan informed about the activities of the market. If any officer is involved in corrupt practices, that would be informed to the Sultan by these secret spies. Secondly, many a time Sultan used to send a slave in the market to ensure that proper prices are levied. And if any merchant, if any shopkeeper is levying the price beyond the stipulated limit, okay, a stern action would be taken against that merchant. Getting the points clear? Then it is said that stock of food grains was also kept by the government and it was kept in the storehouses, it was kept in the warehouses so that during any unforeseen situation they could be used basically. Getting the points clear? And there was a proper system of license. every merchant was registered under the market department. Gambling was, sale of liquor and intoxicant was completely prohibited, and gambling was also banned. Hope so the points are clear. Now let us understand about the land revenue administration. Alauddin was the first Sultan of Delhi Sultanate who ordered the measurement of land. And he ordered the measurement of land, and the major reason for that was land revenue was a chief source of income for the administration. Getting the points clear? As I've told you, he had a very vast army, and basically to pay them the salary in cash, basically he required the money in cash. That is why land revenue was a chief source of income for the Alauddin's administration. Even the big landlords had to pay hefty amount of taxes. Getting the points clear? Then one of the standard unit of measurement was biswa. Okay, 1/5 of the produce was given as a tax. I'll give you a very small example. Suppose if I am a farmer, okay, I have produced 100 quintals of wheat. So 1/5 of 100 quintals is 20 quintal. After selling 20 quintals, basically whatever money that has been accrued, I have to submit that money as a tax. Okay, there was a tax on house which was referred as ghari tax, and there was a tax on the pasture land which was referred as chari tax. Getting the points clear? So this is majorly about the taxation system. Now, Alauddin Khilji himself was not that literate. He was illiterate, but he patronized historians like Amir Khusro and Mir Hassan Dehelvi. Okay, now Amir Khusro was given the title of Parrot of India. Please remember this. Amir Khusro was given the title Parrot of India or Tuti-e-Hind by Alauddin Khilji. And there can be a probable question in the exam, and it has been asked in the exam time and again. Who is referred as Parrot of India? Amir Khusro is referred as Tuti-e-Hind or Parrot of India. Who has given him the title? Alauddin Khilji has given him the title of Parrot of India. Getting the points clear? And Alauddin Khilji is also called as Sikandar-e-Azam. That is Alexander II. Getting the points clear? Now, listen to the points. Alauddin Khilji, like as I've told you, initially he led an expedition to the region of Rajputana. Then he led an expedition to the region of Gujarat. Then to the region of Malwa. Then to the South India. So he had acquired huge amount of wealth. And now he wanted to commemorate his victory. Okay. Now to commemorate his victory, he wanted to construct a tower which would be much higher than Qutub Minar. Okay. Qutub Minar basically is of 5 stories. It is of 5 floors basically. And he wanted to construct the tower of its double size to commemorate his victory. And that was referred as Alai Minar. Only the first floor was constructed, and the entire was incomplete because he died. Getting the points clear? So Alai Minar could not be constructed, but he had a vision to construct that. Getting the points clear? Another important construction was Alai Darwaza. Okay, Alai Darwaza is located in the Qutub Minar complex, and it is very close to Quwatul Islam Mosque in Delhi, which was being constructed by whom? Qutubuddin Aibak, if you remember this, guys. Okay. Another important construction was Hauz Khas. You might have heard about Hauz Khas, which is located in Delhi. Hauz means tank and Khas means royal. A royal tank was being constructed basically by whom? This person, Alauddin Khilji. Now listen to me. Just very close to Delhi, a very important city was constructed by Alauddin. And that city was named as Siri. I repeat, the city was named as Siri. Okay. And to provide the water facility to the city of Siri, Hauz Khas was being constructed by Alauddin. So basically the city of Siri as well as Hauz Khas, both were being constructed by Alauddin. Secondly, he made Siri as the capital. Getting the points clear? Siri is located near Delhi. Okay, Previously, the capital was Delhi, but now during the reign of Alauddin, Siri was made the capital now. Got the points clear? Another important aspect, he constructed a palace of 1,000 wooden pillars. Getting the points clear? And it is referred as Mahal Hazar Satoon. Getting the points? And one more thing you need to remember, when we are going to this, when I will be discussing Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq constructed a new city, which was referred as Jahapana. And in the city of Jahapana, Mahal Hazar Satoon was also a part of it. Getting the points clear? So, the construction of Mahal Hazar Satoon was being initiated by whom? Alauddin Khilji. So, there can be a probable question in the prelims exam. Getting the points clear? Which among the following are the constructions, okay, which was undertaken by Alauddin? The first was, please pay attention properly. First was Alai Minar, but Alai Minar is incomplete. Although what we say construction was being undertaken by him, but it was not completed. Then Alai Darwaza, which is very close to Quwatul Islam Mosque, which was being constructed by Qutubuddin Aibak. Then city of Siri, which was constructed by Alauddin and which is very close to Delhi. Then Hauz Khas means royal tank, and Hauz Khas, the water from the Hauz Khas will be provided to the people or the residents of the Siri. Siri was made the capital of Alauddin. Then a palace of 1,000 wooden pillars was being constructed during the reign of Alauddin. Okay, and that palace was referred as Mahal Hazar Satoon. So please remember this. And Alauddin Khilji had said one thing: kingship knows no kingship. In very simple words, if a person is a king, he should forget about nepotism and he should completely focus on the administration. And Amir Khusro has said that in his what we say book, that Alauddin Khilji reigned in such a manner, because Alauddin Khilji has said that whatever is lawful or unlawful for the administration, I will do it for the welfare of the state. If it is good for the state, either it be lawful or it be unlawful, but it is good for the state, I will do that. Okay? If any administrative practices, even though it is unlawful, but it is good for the state, okay, basically, then also I will do that. Getting the points clear? So this statement was given by Alauddin and it has been mentioned in the book. It was written by what we say Amir Khusro. So my friends, did you understand the entire Alauddin Khilji? Please let me know. Yes, Kajal, perfect. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Did you know that? Did you understand this perfectly? Please let me know. Okay. Now let us understand about Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah. Hardly 5 minutes. Now, after the death of Alauddin, there was a complete chaotic situation. There was a complete chaos that who is going to succeed Alauddin. Now, as I have told you, one of the able governor of Alauddin was Malik Kafur, and he was what we say at par with Alauddin in basically ruling the administration or basically ruling. Yes, Jayashree, I'll repeat the military part again. So, in conducting the administrative practices, he was at par with whom? He was at par with Alauddin. So, Malik Kafur succeeded Alauddin Khilji for a while. But later on, Malik Kafur was being deposed by one of the Alauddin's sons, whose name was Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah. Now, Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah was able to suppress many of the revolt, but he could not run the administration in a very efficient manner. As we have seen, Alauddin had military administration, proper administration of the military. He carried on market reforms. He passed four ordinances against the nobles basically, so that a proper discipline could be maintained in the court. In very simple language, in very simple words, he carried on the administration in a very smooth manner. But Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah, the son of Alauddin, could not carry on the administration in the similar manner. So he was not that successful. And Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah was overthrown by Khusro. Getting the points clear? He was overthrown by Nasiruddin Khusro Shah. And Nasiruddin Khusro Shah was a Hindu convert. He belonged to a caste called as Baradu caste. Okay, getting the points clear? Now, Khusro Shah had a governor named as Ghazi Malik, and Ghazi Malik overthrew Khusro. Getting the points? He overthrew Khusro, declared himself independent, and established a new dynasty in India, which is referred as Tughlaq dynasty. So Ghazi Malik is also referred as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Got the points clear? My friends, did you understand the entire Khilji dynasty? See, Satya, Amir Khusro is referred as, see, Parrot of India, it was a title being given. Getting the points clear? Since basically this Amir Khusro had seen the reign of many rulers and he had mentioned about them in his various book, he is referred as Parrot of India. Okay? Yes, Jayashri, I'll repeat the military expeditions. The first military expedition that was led by Alauddin was against Rajputana. That was first was Ranthambore. Okay? In Ranthambore, ruler of Ranthambore, Hamir Dev was defeated. Second was Chittor. And Chittor was captured basically because Alauddin coveted Rani Padmini, the wife of Raja Ratan Singh. And the entire incident has been mentioned in a book called as Padmavat, which is written by Malik Muhammad Jaisi. Then ruler of Jalore, getting the points clear, was also captured by Alauddin. This is about Rajputana. Then Alauddin then focused on Gujarat. Getting the points clear? He then focused on Gujarat, and in the region of Gujarat, the ruler of Gujarat, Rai Karan Dev, and his daughter fled away. Then he focused on Malwa. Malwa was captured by Ain ul Mulk Multani. He was governor of Alauddin, and later on he was made governor of Malwa. Then he focused on South India under Malik Kafur. In South India, Devgiri was captured, Warangal was captured, then basically Pandyan region was captured, and finally Dwar Samudra was captured. So these are the major military expeditions that was led by Alauddin. Are the points clear, Jayashri? Please let me know. Yes, I will post the PDF on my Telegram channel of the previous session as well as of today's session. Okay? Yes, guys. Any query, any doubt, any question? Yes, Pramod, although you are a student of Hindi but want to prepare in English, see, the English that I'm using here is quite simple, it is quite lucid, and everyone can easily understand. I'm not using high vocabulary, I'm using very simple vocabulary so that each and every student can understand. Got the points clear, Pramod? Yes, perfect. A very good advice being given by Rituparna that one can go through newspapers, one can go through daily magazines and build up a practice. Okay, Pramod? Go through regular reading of newspaper, go through regular reading of the NCRTs, go through regular reading of Tamil Nadu textbook. Automatically you will develop that fervor of English. Okay? And don't worry, the entire team of Unacademy is here to guide you. Yes, guys. Thanks a lot for listening to me very patiently. And please use my code AKOUS. I repeat the code AKOUS. Thank you and have a very nice day.